Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. I am Mrs. Ashwini Palwankar from Pune. Today we are going to do Pedagogy of English Part 2 revision, that is S6 revision. Let us start. The question on communication might come. Explain communication is a two-way process. Normally, we say communication is the conveying some information. What kind of information do we convey through communication? Sometimes in our mind some thoughts come. We are having some feelings about something, emotions, and we are having some ideas. Those things we convey to others through communication. uh, it might happen that sometimes we write text message to our friend, one of our friend. Sometimes we say something on the telephone to our relatives. Sometimes we show some picture to our friends, some greeting cards. We write something on blackboard. So there are various ways by which we convey information to others. So in communication there are two persons, one is sender and the another is receiver. So sender gives information to receiver, and it is just conveying the ideas, thoughts to the receiver. And it is it may be sometimes intentional, it may be unintentional, and is mainly it is exchange of information. So that is communication. Then the another question comes on the paragraph for 2 marks. There are mainly 4 types of paragraphs: descriptive paragraph, narrative, expository, and argumentative paragraph. Firstly, descriptive paragraph consists of the description of places, people, objects, and events, sometimes the feelings. So whenever we go to some new places, like we sometimes we go to some Simla, any type of place, any fort like Shivneri. So when we go there, we describe the place in the particular way. That is called as descriptive paragraph. We describe some mountain, we describe some river, we describe some new object, some recipes there, or some preparations are there. So all these paragraphs are called as descriptive paragraphs, where we describe the place, people, objects, events, etc. Then the narrative paragraph. In narrative paragraph, we describe the incidents, and we describe the incidents which is happening every minute. Say for example, if we are watching some cricket match, then we describe the match every now and then. Everything which is happening, a running commentary, everything which is happening in the cricket match, we describe it. That is nothing but narrative paragraph. Then another paragraph is expository paragraph, where we compare the two things. We describe the cause and effects of something in our paragraph. So mainly in this way, expository paragraphs, we compare the things in this paragraph. Then argumentative paragraph, normally it is as the name suggests, it is argumentation which is done in this paragraph. For example, mobiles, merits and demerits of mobiles. There is one topic, and on that topic pros and cons of that particular topic are discussed, and therefore it is called as argumentative paragraph. Then the next question comes, which is related to writing skill, features of writing skills. Normally when we say writing skill, then there are mainly two types, two parts of this writing skill. What we write and how we write, these are the main things in the paragraph. So firstly, important thing is thoughts. Which thoughts come in our mind? How are these thoughts, how are these ideas, whether they are new, whether they are having originality, their creativity. Everything matters when we think something, some thought comes in our mind. Then the second important point of writing skill is presentation. How you present yourself, how you present your ideas, which are original, which are new, which are creative. So how you present yourself is very important. So presentation skill is justification, giving various examples, then giving important points, using appropriate words, and making the paragraph continuous, or making the paragraph in proper sequence, logical sequence, using proper tense, vocabulary, using proper words like discourse markers, then making it a complete whole. The paragraph is having a complete oneness, so that is nothing but features of writing skill. Then what are the advantages of written communication? We know that there are two types of communication: oral communication and written communication. So what are the advantages of written communication? As we all know, written communication is a permanent record. We can use it as a permanent record. It is always there when we want to refer it. So it is used as a reference, and it is very easy to verify, and these are easy to preserve, protect, or conserve. Then any type of thought can be presented in a simple way by written communication. We can verify it anytime, we can share with any number of people at the same time, and it can be duplicated, it can be authenticated. So it is very much beneficial. Written communication is very much beneficial in this way. Then what is the difference between oral and written communication? Mainly oral communication is speaking face to face, and written communication is writing some text in it. The message is conveyed in a written form. So what are the things which are involved in the face to face communication? There may be a public speech, there may be a telephonic conversation, and classroom teaching is there. So the teacher can use oral communication while doing presentation, while doing group discussion, video conferencing, and virtual classrooms. We do oral communication, and in this way, the speech is, through speech we convey our information, we convey our messages to the other person, and it is a very effective type of communication, because oral communication is face to face communication, and that means you can have more impact on the listeners. And the written communication sent by sender to receiver, it is always in the written form. It may be fax, emails, text messages, letters, notices, reports, circulars. It is more formal in the manner. So it can be read anytime, it can be used as a permanent record, it can be referred anytime, many times, and it is there when we want to refer. But written communication has some, it is not having much impact as oral communication. So written communication is there, it has its own benefits. What techniques will you teach students to avoid spelling mistakes? In English, as English is not a phonetic language, there may be some things by which the students make spelling mistakes. So we have to avoid these spelling mistakes. We have to use various kinds of techniques to avoid the spelling mistakes of our students. What are these various techniques? We can use look, say, and write method. That means we have to read the word, and we have to write the word, so that we look at the word, we observe the word properly, and then we write. So there is impact by which we see, we observe, and then we write. It's a double impact. Then oral spelling drill. We repeat the same spelling again and again. That is called as oral spelling drill. And through repetition, we try to understand the spelling of the word, which is very useful. Then some activities may be given to the students, like finding out missing letters. Some letters are missing in the word, and then we ask the students to find out the missing letters to form a meaningful word. Then some spelling games also can be taken, like a grid, word grid can be given, and through that word grid the students are asked to find out the proper word in that particular grid. Then jumbled words are given, and through jumbled words we can ask them to form a meaningful word. Spelling card game can be used. In the spelling card game, the students are given the cards. On one side of the card there is a picture, and on another side of the card there is spelling of the word. So the card is cut in such a way that each the word is divided into letters, and it is cut in parts. But then the students are asked to one side there is picture and another side there is a word. So students are asked to match the picture, so that on the other side automatically the word is formed by joining the letters. So this is also one of the very nice game, spelling game. Dictation can be given to the students. The teacher tells the word and the students write the spelling by listening it properly, the pronunciation properly. So listening and writing skill is developed. Dictionary, the students can use, the teacher can use dictionary so that the students understand the proper spelling of the word, so that they will not make any mistake. The spelling book can be used so that the students, it becomes helpful for the students to understand proper spelling of the given word. In unit number 2, curriculum, syllabus and instructional materials, standard 6 to 8. Normally question comes on instructional materials. What are the different types of instructional materials? Normally instructional materials are of two types: print and non-print materials. In print materials, as we all know, there is a text message which is printed, that is called as print material. For example, textbook is there, supplementary materials, other supplementary materials like workbook, reference books, dictionary, encyclopedia, newspapers, magazines, all these are print materials by which we can refer these books to find out more and more information about our topic, so that it will be more interesting. The students will find it more interesting. Then non-print materials. Non-print materials, we have audio materials, visual materials and audio-visual materials. In audio materials, there is tape recorder, CD player, mobiles, we can use. Visual materials, there is a chart, then there is picture, and there is model. So various types of visual materials. Audio visual materials, computer is there, CD player, VCD player is there, internet is there. So in this way, various types of audio visual materials can be used to teach the subject very effectively. Then how print material is useful for the teacher, that also question might come for 3 marks. So as we all know, print material is nothing but a text is printed, it is in the printed form, and it is useful for teacher as a reference material. So what are the different types of print materials? As we have seen, textbook is there, handbook is there, dictionary, newspaper, magazines, magazine articles, all these types of supplementary readers. They are permanent record of teaching, so it is helpful for a teacher as well as students, and it is helpful for understanding the more information, getting more information about our topic. Encyclopedia is there, magazine is there, so it gives us very important information about our topic. For example, global warming. We get more information through newspaper, which is very much latest information we get through newspapers. And if we want detailed information about the topic, then we have to refer the encyclopedia. Then important references and teaching procedures we can find out from handbooks also. Then the next is conventional and unconventional material difference. As we all know, conventional material is nothing but a textbook, dictionary, encyclopedia, all these types of materials which is normally used by the teacher. And unconventional material is any type of material which can be used in teaching as a teaching aid. For example, it's a very simple type of unconventional material is the chocolate wrapper or the cover of toothpaste, by which we can ask the students to read the words, different kinds of words, vocabulary from that particular wrapper or cover or box. So that is called as unconventional material. Conventional material is it takes less time and it is convenient. We can find it very easily. It is available easily in our school, and it is very easily stored, readily available, and it is very common for teacher and students, and it has uniformity. While we use it, there is uniform procedure, and it needs less space to store, and a normal teacher can use it. But unconventional material is time demanding. The teacher have to search for it. The teacher must be creative. It is not for any type of teacher to use unconventional material, but it needs some creativity, it needs some thoughts to use unconventional materials. How can I use the wrapper of a chocolate? What is the actual use? How can I use it actually in the classroom? So it needs more thinking procedure, and it requires, sometimes big boxes are there, it needs more space. Then it is activity based, the classroom also may become noisy, so it is difficult for organization of the class, maintaining the class. But definitely it will develop your creativity and diversity. It demands that expects the diversity in the classroom. What are the advantages of pair and group work? How will you form pairs in the classroom? So basically in pair and group work, as we all know, constructivism needs the pair work and group work. So it gives more opportunities for the learner when they are in the pair, when they are in the group, they are working together, isn't it? So they try to interact with each other, they try to interact with the teacher. There is more scope for interaction, more scope for speaking, more scope for listening, more scope for understanding, thinking in this parent group work. So focus changes from teacher to students. Students are the focus, and there is more speed of acceptance, more speed of understanding. It is more free and more informal also. So there is a sense of achievement which is formed in the mind of the students. Sense of realization, self-realization is more in the minds of the students. And students themselves, they make use of language a lot. Then what are the principles of material development? When the teacher is going to develop the material, what are the various principles that are used for development of the material? So the teacher, first of all, whenever the teacher wants to teach some topic, what is the objective of that particular topic, that the teacher first decides. While teaching this topic, what is the basic aim of teaching this topic? So that is first of all understood by the teacher. Then as per that objective, the teacher selects proper material. Then the teacher also understands what is the usability of that material, whether it is durable, whether it is useful, and whether it can be used again and again. So it should be so much long lasting, that the usability should be more. Pupils experience also counts, how the pupil will experience while using this material, and that is also important thing. Whether student will handle it the again and again, handle the same material again and again, so it should be properly developed. Adequate preparation, the teacher understands what type of preparation should be done by the while preparing the material. The topic should be properly understood by reference materials. Proper information should be collected related to topic. Then proper words should be written in with proper spellings. There should not be any spelling error. In this way, proper preparation is needed. Age and intelligence, it should be according to the age and intelligence level of the students. It should be appropriate. The material should be appropriate, so that it is suitable for the topic, suitable for the use of the students. It should be authentic. Authenticity is a very important principle. There should not be any wrong spelling, there should not be any wrong wrong dimension of the concept. So it should be very much clear and authentic material. Whatever content is there, it should be authentic. It should be cost effective, and it should develop the interest of the students. So these are the principles of material development. Then revised syllabus. The new syllabus has some features, like the new syllabus is if we observe the textbooks of the new syllabus, it is very much interesting, because it is child centered. Whatever children love, it is there in the syllabus. So it is child centered. It is related to the interest of the child. It is related to the life of the child. It is activity oriented. It is having eclectic approach, holistic approach. It means it does not only focus on the writing skill, it does not only focus on the speaking skill, but it develops the personality of the child overall. All round personality of the child is developed through this syllabus. The child draws something, the child speaks something, the child does various actions. So it is holistic approach. The child loves to do some things. It is self-learning. Then it is need-based and age-appropriate. Whatever is the need of the child, that is fulfilled through this syllabus. Innovative. It is very much innovative, and it gives rise to innovative ideas of the child. Then mother tongue is very less used in this syllabus. More scope of using language, English language is given in this syllabus. Neutral accent is used in this syllabus. It means British and American, two types of accents are there. And here neutral accent, Indian English accent is used in this syllabus. Errors are tolerated. Errors are not given so much. Errors are tolerated in this type of syllabus. That means if sometimes the students do mistakes in pronunciation, in spelling, it's okay. It is not given much importance in this syllabus. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation is done through this syllabus. That means this child is formative evaluation is that the child is assessed, the child is evaluated every now and then through teaching learning process. The child is evaluated frequently, and therefore continuously child is evaluated. And as earlier in the first point I have said, that it gives importance to the overall personality of the child. So all the aspects of the child's personality are tested in this syllabus. Then what are the benefits of these materials, teaching aids? Firstly, any type of concept becomes easy through instructional material. Suppose we use some poster while teaching some topic, then it becomes easy for a student to understand the concept. Lesson does not become dull. The lesson does not become monotonous. It becomes live, interesting, effective teaching is there. The child can grasp the concept very easily, and students' interest is developed in this subject. Self discovery of the student is observed. The student observes something, discovers something, find out something which is very interesting for it, and the child starts thinking. It can be used frequently. The instructional materials can be used every now and then for the teaching learning process. Retention of the student, the child's memory is improved, and therefore it is very much beneficial. Then planning lesson is very important in the syllabus. What is the importance of lesson plan? Various types of plans like year plan, monthly plan, lesson plan, all these types of plans are given in this lesson, and importance of lesson plan can also be asked for 2 marks. While conducting lesson, we conduct the lesson in proper order, in proper sequence, so that sequence is understood properly by the lesson plan. What are the objectives of teaching this lesson? What are the methods that we are using? What are the activities that we are using while teaching this lesson? And everything is planned in the lesson plan. So we can arrange various types of activities, various types of materials with the help of lesson plan. We can arrange the number of questions in proper sequence, and therefore it is important for developing the confidence of the teachers and developing for the effective teaching learning process. Then unit plan is also one of the important plan. Unit is the one of the feature of a teaching a syllabus. So syllabus is broken in few parts. The each and every part which is meaningful, which is whole, which is continuous, and which is having one theme, it is called as a unit. So what is unit plan? Unit plan is nothing but the planning of teaching of particular unit. There are various lessons in our textbook. So these lessons are grouped together to form a unit, and in this way there are various units in the textbook, and we plan this teaching of unit by unit plan. And entire unit cannot be covered in 1 or 2 periods, but it needs some more time. So entire unit is divided in various types of days, in weeks, and it is properly planned that each unit may last for a week or 2, and again the unit is divided into lessons. So in this way it is divided into lessons. So unit plan, it consists of the number of weeks, it consists of the method which is used for teaching a particular unit, the activities which are used to teach a particular unit, then finally at the end the materials, and at the end the evaluation procedure of particular unit test. After that comes monthly planning. Monthly planning is nothing but the planning of teaching of a particular month. Say for example July month. What are the various types of lessons that we teach in July, month of July? Then what is the method which is used for that particular lesson? What are the special days, what are the various objectives of that particular lesson? What are the various competitions which are used? What are the various tests which are used in that particular month, that we plan in monthly planning? Then annual plan is a very broad term. The whole syllabus is divided into terms, and then accordingly the syllabus is divided in various months, among across various months, and in which month we are going to teach which syllabus, that is divided in annual plan. Various types of co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities are planned, and in this way the overall view of the curriculum at a glance we can see in the annual plan. And then what is the importance of a year plan or annual plan? And as we have just now discussed, it is the total number of units divided across various months. Objectives, methods, learning experiences, materials are planned properly. And what is the importance? Weightage of unit is decided, time management is decided, evaluation procedure is divided, various co-curricular activities are decided, celebration of various days they are decided, and it is very smoothly executed, very easily it is planned, and we get more effective teaching learning procedure. What is the concept of planning actually, and what are the steps of lesson plan? If we see that planning is nothing but the anticipation, we imagine what will happen in the future situation. So this will happen in future, and that's why I have to plan all these things. So it is the planning of future, planning of teaching, which is there. It happens in concept of planning. It is set of action, and it is a detailed framework, it is a detailed scheme of teaching, and there is method mentioned, and we have to use particular method, we have to use various activities to achieve some particular goals. So that is called as planning. Then if we see the lesson plan, then the steps of lesson plans are like this. Introduction: first of all, we introduce the topic to the student so that the curiosity of the student is developed in this way. Then we state the aim of the lesson, teaching the lesson. Then we present our topic in various ways, various activities. Then we summarize our topic, then do evaluation, and then we give homework. Then what is the need of planning for a teacher? It saves time, energy, money of the teacher, because whatever in future, whatever the teacher is going to teach in the class, the teacher plans it beforehand, and that's why it saves time, money, and energy of the teacher. It brings accuracy, it brings clarity, it brings effectiveness, perfection in our teaching learning process. So it also help us to utilize least resources, proper resources. It gives us proper direction, and awareness of responsibility is developed. So it is a need of planning for a teacher for all these things. What is the importance of planning at primary? Exactly whatever just now we have discussed so many points. It is very useful for efficiency, developing efficiency, effectiveness. Weightage is properly given to the units, syllabus, there is coordination, and evaluation is properly planned, activities are properly planned. Not a single topic is taught hastily, not a single topic is taught very slowly. So proper weightage is given to each and every topic, and therefore we can organize it very properly. Unit plan, it is also very effective because it is based on the psychological principle that whole is greater than parts. So we first of all we look at the unit first, whole unit, and then we go to its parts. What are the various lessons of in that particular unit? So first we see the unit, the basic feature of that unit, then we try to inculcate the important feature of that unit through our lessons. So objectives are important, content is important, method is decided, then various learning activities, and then evaluation is decided in unit plan, which is very very important. And then the reference work, teaching aid is also prepared in advance. Then which points will you consider while planning the unit plan? The same answer is there. Content, objectives, methods, activities, unit test, and number of periods which are used to teach particular unit. Then year plan also the same type of as we have discussed earlier in the annual plan. We have to first of all decide the number of days in the year throughout the year. Then number of periods for that particular subject, objectives, units, methods, activities, materials, various days that we celebrate, and the activities and evaluation procedure at the end, which is very, very important. Evaluation of the learner, which is a very important unit number 4. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation merits. Day-to-day basis, we do the evaluation in continuous and comprehensive evaluation. In one evaluation, we evaluate the student at the end of the year, but this does not happen in continuous and comprehensive evaluation. We evaluate the student continuously throughout the year. Day by day, we evaluate the student and get feedback and improve the teaching learning process, so that there is improvement in the student. If we get the feedback for evaluation, we can use a variety of evaluation methods, and we assess the scholastic and post-scholastic areas of the child. We not only we evaluate the child through the subject matter, subject content of the subject, but we evaluate the child's overall whole personality. Whether the child can draw, how does the child draw, whether the child is good in sports, whether the child is good in some art form, painting, drawing, music, dance, instrumental, any type of scholastic areas. And it is done throughout the year, and it encourages good study habits in the students, and it is remedial to teaching, which will improve the slow learners. What are the methods of evaluation? In qualitative method, we understand it in depth. Focus is on the text form. Why and how questions are very important in qualitative method, like application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. These are the very important objectives which the child learns. In the quantitative method, numerical form is given more importance. It means what are the marks in math subject, what are the marks of the child in science subject. So it is the evaluation in numerical form. Then before and after method, if certain program for the child is developed and it is implemented on the class, then how much progress has this program, how much is it effective. So its result is checked at the end of the program. Then comparison method, two programs are compared with each other, or the progress of program is compared on two different groups. Comparison is there. For example, urban area and rural area. The class in the urban area, the same program is run on the urban area class, same program is run on the rural area class. So this type of evaluation is also possible. How do we stand method? So desirable program outcomes are checked, and whether this goal of this program is achieved or not, it is compared with the set standard. That is how do we stand method. There are some set standard of that particular program, and we compare that program with this set standard, and then we say whether this program is useful or not. That is the next type of evaluation. Then tools of evaluation is very important term, which is always used in the examination paper. Quantitative tools of evaluation and qualitative tools of evaluation. In quantitative tools of evaluation, questions, various types of questions, objective, short answer, long answer questions are asked. Oral tests are taken, performance test is done, standardized achievement tests are there, diagnostic tests are there, whether the student are having learning gaps that are identified in this diagnostic test. Then the qualitative evaluation is done, in which observation technique is used. In this observation technique, checklist can be used, rating scale can be used, anecdotal records. That means the child is playing on the playground, then how is the behavior of the child, that is called as anecdotal records. It is records are maintained on the paper sheets, that is anecdotal records, cumulative records. That means frequently from first standard to second standard the child's behavior is observed, and that is mentioned, that is maintained, records are maintained. Self report techniques are there, projective techniques are there, sociometric techniques are there. In this way, various kinds of techniques are used in the qualitative uh, type of evaluation. Self report techniques, the child evaluates about the self in the self report techniques. In projective techniques, various types of activities the child is doing, for example, observing some picture and giving some answers to the questions, and through that we can evaluate what are the thoughts going on in the mind of the child. That is projective technique. Through various activities, there is projection of child's thoughts, and that is evaluated through this technique. Sociometric techniques, how is the behavior of a child in the class, how is the behavior of the does the child has leadership qualities, how the child is behaving with his friends. All these are called as techniques, sociometric techniques. Then what are the types of objective questions to evaluate? As a teacher, we must understand what are the objective questions. Completion type of question, analog type of question, transformation, change the voice, pictorial, describing the picture, selection, multiple choice, various choices are given and we have to select proper choice, MCQ questions, alternative response, yes or no, true or false, matching type, match the word with their meanings, match the two pairs, in this way. Formative evaluation, how will you use? So formative evaluation is very important for as a teacher for us. It is done throughout the instructional procedure. Throughout while teaching, we always use some question, we always ask some questions to the students, whether you have understood, what is your doubt. So that is done during instructional procedure. We get the feedback of the students, whether students are having any doubt, they are cleared on the spot only. Daily activity, it is focus on the process. Informative evaluation, focus is given on the process and not on the product. Process is very important, teaching process. Through process we ask the students, we evaluate the students. Then during the development of the program, we monitor the students, where the classroom interaction, through classroom interactions we do formative evaluations. While questioning, was learning gaps are there, so we try to close the learning gaps through formative evaluation. And it is the integral part, it is the integral, which is very important statement. It is teaching and evaluation are not different thing, but teaching and evaluation go hand in hand in formative evaluation. Continuous and comprehensive, as we have earlier seen all these points, it is continuous throughout the year and it is comprehensive. It covers scholastic and co-scholastic areas. Teaching and testing go hand in hand. And then it is regular on assessment of the child. It reduces gap between teaching and testing. Advantages and disadvantages of formative evaluation: we get information on students learning, then teacher understand learning gaps, we get feedback, then effective teaching, and students learn from mistake, and it is very successful. Then it is formative evaluation is time consuming, because while teaching we do lots of activities to evaluate the students, so it is time consuming, and it is very difficult to use in large classes. Well trained teachers are needed, and it is very it is nowadays it is given less important, but it should be given more importance. Blueprint, as we all know, as a teacher we must understand what is blueprint. Blueprint is nothing but the framework outline of the question paper. It is the rough plan where how the question paper is formed. Firstly, there should be proper number of questions it should have proper appropriate marks. Then weightage should be given to each and every topic. The weightage should be given to each and every objective. Weightage should be given to each and every unit in the textbook, and one difficulty level should be properly maintained, and weightage should be given to question types also. It's very important. Here you can see on the screen these on the left hand side column, objectives are units are given, knowledge, comprehension, application, skill, and total marks. These are the important objectives, and they are distributed equally throughout the units. Objectives questions are asked, short answer question are asked, and L for long answer questions. So thank you very much. Here we end our topic, and all the best to all of you. Thank you.